you guys all doing? I am super excited to be here today. Um, we were having a little tech issues with going live, but that's just par for the course, right? So I wanted to talk to you guys today about reinvention, about creating your next step into your greatness, right? So, as many of you know, I started my career in a brick and mortar space, and I then went online, started numerous other companies, a beauty brand, a consulting business. I started the salon business school. And in creating these different companies, they were all part of my personal reinvention, which started of a journey of ending a marriage and divorce and hardship and a whole lot of personal growth and personal growing. Like, it wasn't cut and dry. So my reinvention started many years ago, even though I didn't even realize it. So at one point, I found myself really burnt out in my brick and mortar. I didn't physically want to do people's hair anymore. I didn't want to have a big team. And I was going through this huge shift in myself because my marriage had ended. I had two small children. And I was like, I had to go back within and tap into me. Like, what does Maria want? What do I friggin' want after being like the great wife, the great daughter, the great mom, the great business owner, the great boss, all of these things, the people pleaser, right? I had to dig inside myself and say, what is it that I really want? Like, where am I going in the next few years? Like, what's going to make me happy? So this is how the entire concept of reinvention started for me, even though I had no idea that I was going to be helping thousands of other men and women create their own reinvention, their own reset, and their own recalibration. So I want to just share with you in this quick little masterclass today. It's really more of a conversation between you and me, because if you're in this very intimate community, I know you joined this at one point, my community, the reinvention. I've called it the exit. I've had a few different names to it, but I went back to the reinvention because really that's at the core of my soul. And I want you guys to just look at this necklace that someone sent me the other day. Look how cute it is. I don't know if you could see what it says. I don't want to get shadow banned, but you see what it says? So anyway, I thought that was adorable. So the point is this. I want to share with you the first three things that you need to do yourself to get ready for a reinvention. Now, I know a lot of my clients who have worked with me already on major reinventions are in this community. I want you to comment below if you are called to do so. I know I've worked with some brilliant women that have gone from brick and mortar to online. They've gone from maybe brick and mortar to downsizing, from leaving being a service provider to being more of an educator. They've changed their business model. They've changed their relationships. They've gotten divorced. They've gotten married. They've created boundaries with their children. Everyone's reinvention is unique and different and magical to them. There's no two reinventions that are the same. So don't think like, oh, well, but I don't have a brick and mortar business. This doesn't apply to me. Hell yes, it does. It applies to you because if you are feeling a nudge, you're feeling that calling in your soul, in your gut, in your heart center, that you're meant for more, something needs to change, you're unfulfilled, you're burnt out, and you're just sick of the daily shit, then something needs to be reinvented. Either internally or externally, or friggin' both half the time. So here's the three things I want you to really think about and assess. Get yourself an old school, guys make fun of me. I am a fan of, look at this, I have friggin' papers everywhere. Old school paper. I have notebooks. See, this has some coffee stains on it because I have a different colored notebook for all my thoughts. These are for my spontaneous thoughts, the yellow one. So I just jot shit down as I'm doing things all day long. I want you to get yourself a notebook or a pad, whatever. And I want you to, hey guys, I see you all coming on. Welcome, welcome. How's everybody doing? I'm so happy to see you. So happy to see you. Anyway, um, I want you to comment below. Say hello and comment. And especially if you work with me in a reinvention, I'd love for you to comment and let everyone know what that's been like and that it's okay to reinvent yourself. So here we're going to cover, let me do the three things, right? So the first thing I want you to think about, write it down, is what do I feel? Like, what am I feeling today? And I want you to write down what you feel. If you feel annoyed, disgusted, burnt out, exhausted, happy, sad. Then the second thing I want you to write down under next to that is, what do you want to feel every day? And that could be fulfilled, wealthy, free. I used to want to be free and loved. Every day I used to write in my journal, I want freedom and I want to feel love. I want freedom and I want to feel love, because I was in a very unhealthy marriage, right? So that was something that I really desired. Nothing else mattered to me at that time. I wanted to be free and I wanted to be loved. So that was my focus at the beginning of my journey, right? And then I want you to really think about, how does it feel like? Daily, what are you feeling? Are you checking in with yourself? Are you even freaking asking yourself how you're feeling? Are you asking yourself what your soul's telling you? So let's tap into that. And I want you to really tap into, how does this make me feel? Go through your day when you're doing things and say, how does this make me feel? Now, once we get down these parts of our feelings, it's super important that you then be honest with yourself. What needs to change? What have you been putting off changing? What needs to go? So write down what needs to change. Now, listen, I had to change a lot of things. I had to stop eating crap. I had to end my marriage. I had to realign my business. The list was pretty long. So I made the list, and then I had to pick one thing at a time as my soul prioritized it. Because if you try and change everything at once, you're going to implode. And we don't want that. That's why people come to work with me inside the reinvention. As my clients will tell you, it is a process of plucking away things and getting to the core of what the real reinvention is. And it's not a one and done. It is a slow process, and it's something that you do in increments, right? So I will always remind you during this video to be loving and kind to yourself, and don't get the invisible bat out and start beating yourself up because you didn't do enough, say enough, be enough. All that is bullshit. You are enough. We're going to figure out what it looks like for you to step into a place of happiness and joy and alignment, without foo-foo nonsense, I'm saying, in this season of life. Because as all of you know, ladies and gentlemen, if anyone's a man watching this too, I don't want to leave you out. I've had plenty of men come and work with me. You'd be surprised. The men go through a reinvention too. There are parts to the journey that are seasonal. We go through seasons, and every season is where you have to really be honest with yourself as to, what do I desire in this season? So I want you to write that down. What needs to change? And then what do you desire in this season? The most important part of creating a clear reinvention is getting crystal clear as to what you want to feel like and what you want your life to look like. And then we reverse engineer it to create change. I've had clients come and work with me where they sold their business. We created an exit strategy, they sold their business, and they retired. I've had clients come and work with me where we've downsized their business, changed their business model, and made it where they had more free time and they were doing more things they love. I've had clients who never had a business who have ended their marriage, have met the love of their life, and they're starting a whole new path in their own personal growth, right? So this is not just about business, it's about evolving. I've had clients who have been hairdressers behind the chair for over 30 years and they were done. So we changed what they were doing, prepared their business for a sale, and then they went on to do something else that aligned with their soul. Again, in this season of life. So everyone's reinvention is really different. But I'm here today to remind you that I want you to go back and rewatch this video, and I want you to write these things down that I asked you and be really honest with yourself. These are the first things that you need to do to find out what the path is to reinvention. Because the truth of the matter is this: a reinvention is only as good as how truthful and honest you are with yourself. And your truth comes from your soul. So I want you to stop beating yourself up. I want you to be honest and loving with yourself. And I want you to give yourself some freaking grace and write down the truth. I want to hear from you guys in the comments what resonates with you. What are you struggling with? And if you don't want to put it in this group publicly, which you're really safe in this group because we're all on the same journey, you can private message me or DM me. I am opening up a few one-on-one sessions if you want to connect with me. Would you like to work with me? I have different price points. There's things that are super affordable. So just let me know if you want to connect with me and work with me. I have great offers right now. I know the economy is challenging. I know we're all going through mass change, but this is a time where I want to give back, especially in my community, support you on your growth mission. So please don't be afraid to reach out. I beg of you, connect with me, DM me, or comment reinvention below. I will reach out to you personally. We'll have a beautiful phone conversation, no pressure, and we will see how I can help you get clarity on your next steps. Also, I want to hear from you guys. What content do you want to see in here? What would you like me to talk about? Because it's all about you. It's not about me. Sending you all massive love and light. Make sure you comment reinvention below if you'd like for me to send you I'll send you my personal number. We can connect and have a nice little phone call and see how I can help you get some clarity on your next steps in your reinvention. Sending you guys lots of love and light. Thanks for being here. I'm sorry if I didn't say hello. I'm not seeing the comments. They're usually on delay. So hello to everyone, and thank you for being here, guys. Sending you lots of love.